So it's been a few days since the close encounter with a bear, and we're sorry we didn't get any of it on video, but as you can imagine, the last thing on our minds as a bear is ripping into our truck just 30 feet away from our RV was grabbing the camera and filming it. So Jenny did have the presence of mind to grab her phone and snap some pictures, but once I went outside to scare the bear off, she put her phone down just because, she wanted to make sure I didn't get killed. Here is what it did to my truck. We got it taped up and sort of, patched up the best we could with some black duct tape, but this is what it did to my tonneau cover. So basically what happened is at 6:15 in the morning, Jenny wakes me up screaming, "David, there's a bear on the truck. There's a bear on the truck." So naturally, I blast out of bed with full adrenaline going. I look out the window and see, sure enough, there's a bear on top of our truck. So I went to the front door and I just stuck my head out because the bear is just 30 feet away from us, so I didn't really feel like going outside at this point. And I just yelled at it, and that was enough to have it jump off the truck and run back into the woods. But about 5 minutes later, he just comes sauntering right back out from the woods, just right there, right behind me, and he just hops right back up on the truck. I stick my head out the window again and I yell at him, and he just looks up at me and is just like, who are you? Whatever. So I'm pretty sure I just startled him the first time. But eventually, once he had his fill of digging around in the bed of my truck and he didn't find anything in there, and there's a guy yelling at him, he just hopped off and ran back into the woods. Forest Service said that at a place called Grout Pond, just 3 miles from here, there's been multiple reports of bear terrorizing campsites. So we're pretty sure that this is the same bear. And someone I talked to said that he probably came over to our truck because he has seen other trucks that have had food in them, like a cooler or something. So he's kind of got habituated to maybe seeing a truck and thinking, oh, there's probably some food back there. And also, when we go into town, we transport our trash in the bed of our truck. So the person I talked to said that there might be some residual smells from that trash that the bear smelled. So he was probably digging around looking for something. So just a culmination of a few bad things led to my nice new tonneau cover getting destroyed. So that was a terrifying experience, but I suppose it could have been worse. We just got out of it with a destroyed tonneau cover. We went and bought some bear spray the very same day, went right into town and got some bear spray. So we've got that handy in case a situation like that ever happens again. But today is our last day in Vermont. We are packing up and heading to the White National Forest in New Hampshire, which is still in bear country, and we've actually read online that the bears in New Hampshire are actually a little more ballsy than the ones here in Vermont, so yay. But before we leave, I have to head into town to fill up the truck with diesel, and I gotta stop at Walmart to do some grocery shopping. When it comes to the bear thing, that's just one of many challenges we've had to face already. We've only been on the road for 3 weeks and we've already had quite a few challenges. The bear was by far the worst, but we just try to take it all in stride, and whenever we face a new challenge, we just try to learn from it. As cheesy as that sounds, that's really how we try to take it. If we face something difficult, as long as we learn something from it, then, at least that's something positive we can pull from it. We're still very much newbies at the whole full timing thing. So, the more experiences we face, the more we learn. And the next time we come across something similar to that, we'll, know what to do in a situation like that. So at least in that aspect, when bad things happen, they're not all bad, as long as we can pull something good from them. So I'm at the diesel pump now, and one of the reasons I drove into town to get diesel is because I was at a quarter tank, and something we've noticed, and this is one big thing I miss about back home, is that not every gas station has a diesel pump. It's like 1 in 10 out here have a diesel pump. So when we hit the highway, we don't know if we're even going to be able to find a diesel pump. And with me being only at a quarter of a tank, pulling a trailer, I can't go very far. So I definitely need to fill up before heading out. Back home, every single gas station basically had a diesel pump. So it wasn't that big of a deal if I was getting low on fuel, because I knew, just down the road, whatever gas station is there is going to have a diesel pump. But yeah, that's not the story out here. I'm not sure if that's just a Northeast thing, or if it's an Indiana thing for there to be diesel pumps all over the place. But yeah, definitely need to get fuel while I can. Another thing I really miss about living in the city is how easy it was to dispose of your trash. For us, typically, whenever we go into town, we will stop at a Walmart or something, and whatever trash we have on hand at the time, we'll just throw away in their outside trash cans. We always make sure that we're a paying customer when we do, just so we're not using them as a dump. We'll go in and buy our groceries. Or if we're going to fill up at a gas station, we'll take some trash with us too. We'll fill up on gas, and then we'll throw our trash away in their outside containers. So it's not as easy getting rid of trash as it used to be, and it's definitely something I miss. All right, I got my stuff. Time to head back. Also, this is the nicest looking Walmart on the outside that I've ever seen. They don't make them look like this in Indiana. So we've been in this spot just long enough for me to kind of start to learn the area. I know how to get to the 3 closest towns, Bennington, Manchester, and Arlington, without using GPS. So right when we're starting to learn the area, it's time to go. And moving days are kind of stressful too, because you got to get the RV ready, make sure everything's secured so it's not bashing around while you're driving down the road. You got to make sure you don't forget anything. But probably the most stressful part is you don't really know where you're going. We've scoped out a few campsites. We have like 5 or so that we're gonna try. And even though we kind of know where they're at and everything, and we've also scoped them out on Google Satellite, we don't really know for sure if they're big enough for our RV to fit, or if they're cleared out enough for us to be in there. So we're kind of driving in blind, and it's a little stressful, but it's just kind of a part of staying in the national forests.
Some of the things I do to get the RV ready include putting all the spices in a secure spot, securing everything above the bed, and securing some of our cabinets so that things that I have on upper shelves don't fall down onto some bottom shelves. I also make sure that the bathroom's organized, the cat box is clean, the rabbit's cage is clean, so that those are all things I don't have to worry about when we get there. We make sure that there's nothing on any counters when we go, and that everything's out of the way and won't get damaged.
So we just hit paved roads, and that is another thing I miss about living in the city, is something as simple as paved roads. Like 90% of the roads we drive on in the National Forest are dirt roads. Some of them are good, some of them are horrible, and you can only go like 15, 20 mile an hour tops on them because they're so bumpy. But on a paved road now, and it's so smooth, it's so nice. And yeah, again, that's just part of, you know, staying for 3 weeks in the heart of a national forest. We just made it into New Hampshire, and we saw signs for a rest area and a welcome center, so we decided to stop here because it's been hours since the dog has been out, and the cat hates traveling, so she's really stressed out, so we decided to take her out too, just so she could kind of get some fresh air and the dog could use a bathroom.
What are you doing?
But then again, the cat hates being on a harness too, so
Okay.
It's just not a good day for the cat. Oh, wait. So Jenny's in the welcome center behind me trying to find us a place where we can fill up our fresh water tank. Surprisingly, that is one of the hardest things for us to do, is find somewhere where we can find water. We can't even pay to get water some places, and it just blows me away. All we need is a hose spigot to fill our tank. So any gas station, really anywhere that would have a hose spigot. We've even called dumping places where we can dump our RV tank, but they don't have fresh water available. It just blows my mind that, I don't know, I thought water would be one of the easiest things for us to find, but it's not. Well, I don't know if we're doing something wrong or what, but hopefully Jenny can talk to the welcome center person and find us somewhere to get water. We've been driving for 3 hours now, and she's been calling just place after place after place, and we are just striking out. Well, no luck finding a place at the welcome center that will allow us to fill our RV freshwater tank, but she said there's a Walmart 2 exits up on the highway that we're driving on, so you know, we could at least get some water at Walmart, worst case scenario. But she also said that there are a good number of spring-fed water sources in the White Mountain National Forest. So again, you know, that'd be great, because we've got 3 6-gallon water jugs, so we could always just fill those up at those spring-fed water sources and then dump those into our RV. So, you know, worst case scenario, we can do that, and I'm totally fine with that as long as we have water. Oh, we finally found a place that let us fill up our fresh water. We were just driving along. We're only about, I don't know, half hour from our spot in the Green Mountain National Forest, and we're just driving along the highway, and we see signs for a campground called Terre Haute Campground, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I gotta check and see if this place will let us fill up. And sure enough, $5, and the owner let us just hook up to their hose spigot, and filling up my fresh water now. So it's good. We get to fill up all our water for $5, which is fantastic. So Terre Haute Campground, thank you. Hey Jenny, we got water.
I know, it's awesome.
I know.
Hey, are you gonna fill up those 6-gallon things too?
Of course I am.
Awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Are you a happy doggy?
She's a happy dog.
You a happy doggy? Just got to our spot in New Hampshire, and it's not taken, and it's huge, and it's all ours. So we're gonna set up, and yeah, we're gonna have a good time here, I think. So we're all set up at our new campsite, and it's awesome. We got really lucky that this spot was open, that this spot even exists. It is huge, and it's level, it's flat, it's not muddy, it's perfect. So the only bad thing is, I guess it's not perfect, the only bad thing is we don't have cell signal, but I mean, staying in the national forest, that's kind of, you know, not really gonna happen anyway. We were kind of lucky back in Vermont that we had 4G signal. It was weak, but we had it. But we're all set up now, and you know, today has been one of those good days. We were able to find fresh water finally for an awesome price, and we got an awesome spot. So we're gonna go ahead and call it a night, and I'll catch you guys later. Travel day? Yeah. A man like this, so that's so bad. That is strong. Sorry. Is yours strong? A man like this, so that's so bad. Not bad at all.
We got the spot that I marked as our first.
Oh, we got the first spot, the choice spot.
We got the choice